Hi, it's Joy, and today I'm going to be watching Supergirl Season 4, Episode 1, American Alien. Just to be completely honest, I am not feeling all that excited for this season of Supergirl. I'm really excited to see Kara again, like that go in a box, Kara and John, and like those, yeah, Kara, Alex and John can sit in their box. I'm very, very excited to see them again. As a whole with the show, I've lost my faith in the writers. I have got a 30-minute video about that on my channel if you want to look at it. That just is to explain if this isn't as enthused as it used to be. Let's just say I don't think I'm going to be quite as into the opening sequence as I was last time. But I've missed Clara and I can't wait to see her, so let's go. Superman's off world, is he? Oh, is he visiting the Kryptonians? That's nice. Hello, Clara, I have missed you.
Madam President? Madam President! Ms. Danvers. You're about to hold a summit at Camp David. Some might call it super. For the first time in my life, I've got everything under control.
Cue everything going out of control. I love Kara. She's always been what makes this my favourite DC show. I enjoy watching this.
Again, I think that John Jones made a very wise choice when he chose you as his successor.
So do I. Lena, I hope she's going to be less awful to Supergirl this season. I'm happy to see her. They're still very cute together. Aliens nonetheless. Oh gosh.
Please don't! Would you believe me if I told you this is no fun for me either?
They came prepared. Cape troops.
Robbery. These criminals were professionals.
With some hate thrown in.
They stole an EMP from
Because they could have just used it on his arm to open the door.
Just happenstance. But I'm late for Catco, but Brainy's on the case and we will find them, I promise.
All right. I'm back, having assisted Supergirl.
Oh goody, he's back.
I'm
Sorry,
very happy you were able to help. But we seem
She's never been able to warm to his character.
Oh no, your mouth.
I think he acts his character well, but
you are not good.
probably need to tell him to breathe too. For an intelligence, he's not very intelligent.
May I breathe now?
Yep, see, a very unintelligent next level, 7th level intelligence or whatever it is.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nia.
I wanted to do is make a good first impression on Miss Danvers. It's you. It's Kara. And do I know you? I'm Nia. Oh, Nia. Nia, it's so nice to meet you. Kat says amazing things about you. Oh my god. You're me. I am? Whatever it is. I just want to make my job. No, it's okay. Don't
I think you've made a fairly good impression, don't worry.
Let's get into
You gotta trust in James. If James asks you to trust him, trust him. You wouldn't like it if he did this in reverse.
You need to pitch the article exactly like that to James. He's gonna love it.
The images were rudimentary and brought up 750.
You mean you did your job? I'm shocked.
Potential suspects.
Funny, I could ask you the same question.
I need to find.
So we're keeping this dynamic. Excellent. You can't trust anything she said.
I had to change.
I think you can believe she's going to give accurate information now, but she's just trying to get an angle in.
Second anniversary of the Alien Amnesty Act. For the first
And
time,
the way it always works,
aliens are embraced as
when
citizens with
anyone
rights.
in general moves towards tolerance and equality and acceptance, the crazy people rise up even crazier, even though there's less of them.
Recently, it's been great. Really? No, don't get that look on your face like you're gonna officiate my wedding. No, I have not met a. He's new to this time period. It's a big adjustment. I'm sure it's been hard. Try to go easy on him. I'll try.
Has he made any attempts to change yet? Or to fit in? It has been like 6 months. Yes you do, come on. I get that though, I would not have actually been able to speak up either.
Brady.
I will support you, Kara.
Just not right now.
Battle. I'm sorry.
I support him not fighting, but it's quite funny. In a way, it's not funny at all.
Measures active.
Good job. There's 2 of them. Where's the other one? Alex? Throw it back! Throw it back! Throw it back! That's cool.
Fine, just get them.
I think I kind of gave away your cover a little bit there, President.
Save this country. We will do whatever it takes to win.
Honestly, aliens, just go to a different country then. Let them have America.
Did you get him? Only one.
Go after the other one. She can't have gone far.
The Legion way wrong. I did things my way.
I'm glad he's trying.
So very wrong.
And that is...
It's also little things like, can you just make more of an effort to understand what in advance means and things like that.
I understand. I miss my friends too.
I'm sorry, I didn't even think about that. And you left them behind.
Forced them to leave.
They're ahead.
Right. Yes. Look, either way, we are stuck
Could
with
have
each
had
other.
at least one of those friends around. I hope Rainy's going to find a rhythm in this show.
I've been told.
Still think Lena should have talked to James or trusted James, but that was good.
Make a tsunami.
Wish it was quite easy, but
You're right. Of course.
TikTok. You might as well say chop chop.
Did I say that?
less bullying than Kat, but yes. You gonna tell him what you did? You should. Honesty, you know, it's what builds a relationship. I don't even blame her for doing it. I just think being honest to James is important.
It's your optimism that will help save us, Kara. The beacon of hope who sets an example.
Who are you?
Got that to deal with still. On the whole, it was a good premiere episode. I have some issues with... I think the way they wrote Kara, I agree, I think Kara would be someone that would want to believe in the best. She'd want to think that maybe there's like a really, really tiny minority that's hateful, but on the whole the country's getting better. But I think Kara would have been slightly less... There's no one who's hating. The hate groups are gone. You know, she'd have been slightly more like, okay, maybe you're right, John, maybe, but I think there is no proof that these two things were the same, because there was no proof that the laboratory thing was linked to the bomb at the bar. That, honestly, like, the only thing that would have, and Kara is not sick, she would have been thinking about this, was the fact that they cut off both of his tasks, that they cut them off instead of just kind of manhandling him, so they use his arm, because obviously he can walk up to the door and stick his hooves in. Like, there were things there that were hateful, but they did steal something, whereas the other one was a fairly ineffective bomb. I mean, it was a good bomb to scare people if that was its goal, but it didn't kill anyone, it didn't really hurt anybody, which I'm very thankful for. So you're kind of looking at the two things, Kara saying they're not linked, well of course she's going to think that, because there was no proof they were linked until they found the proof. Similarly, John, I think, would have been probably trying to alert Kara to be aware of the giant hate group, to be aware that I still think it's a minority, kind of like in real life, you have that seething minority that thinks they're right, and when anything tolerant, or not even just tolerant, equality good starts happening, they get angrier and more entitled, and so they seem bigger and louder. That doesn't mean they are bigger and louder, but they act up more, like which is what they're doing here. So I think both of them were like a bit too far. I think John would have been like, okay, I get that there's no direct evidence tying them up, but I think they're part of the grander scale. Now that is vaguely mostly what his point was, that was mostly what Kara's point was, but the way they they didn't get those points across very well. I very much enjoyed the Alex and Kara scene, as always, their bond. This was my favourite part of the one of my favourite parts of the show. Brainy, I think it was quite good that they had Alex being annoyed with him and have to learn to accept him, because I feel like that as a viewer, all our season, from the moment the Legion arrived, I was never really sure of Brainy. I don't dislike him, I want to put that out there, you know, I think the actor's really good, but he doesn't really fit with the team, and there were little things like, I like that he told Alex he tried to be like Winn, or that was the end. I like that he told Alex he tried to be like the Legion, he tried to be like he thought Alex wanted, he tried to be like whom he just naturally would be, he tried to be like what Winn wanted, because that showed me that he had actually been making efforts to fit in a little bit more. But there were little things like, he's been on there for 6 months, he probably could have, with his intelligence, understood that Alex didn't mean tell her literally the second before the president walks through the door. Things like that that I think were played for laughs, that just to me, it didn't quite land. But I want to like Brainy. I hope that the show is going to progress in a way where I grow fond of him, rather than accept that he's there and I can't do anything about it. Like I kept saying, for a 7th level intellect or whatever he is, he's often very unintelligent, and I get that that's probably a part of it, that he's so intelligent that he misses social cues and he misses smaller things, so you know, I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt, but I hope now that the show is happening we're going to see a bit more of an effort from him. Also, Lena, I was glad that she, I mean, I didn't think she was going to fall for her mother's manipulation. Obviously Lillian was just being manipulative every single second Lena was there, but Lena was quite aware of that. I was worried for a little bit that she might do it, but that was more because she, last season, which has gone into this season, she's decided that she hates Supergirl. And, you know, Supergirl made one mistake and she hates her, she's evil, she's awful. And I was worried that Lena might see more eye to eye to her mother because of that, but I'm glad that that doesn't seem to be the case and that she was just using her mum. I think she should have told James. Their relationship, they've been very open and talked a lot about trust and not keeping secrets. You know, James told her he was the guardian and all those sorts of things. So this secret is going to come up down the line. And, you know, she didn't quite get the deal she 100% wanted. I mean, she got the deal she wanted in that James won't go to prison for being guardian, but he's not going to want to give it up because that's who he is, and I think there's going to be problems going into the future. And, I mean, James could probably twig that Lena was all, oh, let me know, I've got contacts, I can help you. James said, no, don't worry about it. Didn't even have any hearings or anything. Lena, and then all the charges get dropped, and they managed to indict someone linked to Lex. And then Lena's like, oh, see, I just wanted to help you. I think he probably could put two and one and one together and make two, you know. But I was glad that she's doing good for James. I do like their relationship together. I just worry about where it's headed. Alex is obviously a very good leader of the DEO. I'm very happy to see her in that position. I hope she's not going to give up on the concept of adopting kids. It did kind of come out of nowhere, but it didn't at the same time. Alex has always been that family-oriented person. It was why she broke up with Maggie. She was looking into it last season. As Kara said, now she's choosing her battles. She's only going into fights that are like the big risky ones rather than just kind of anything. And that was partly because of the kid. So I do hope she's still looking into that, and I'm glad to hear she's still dating. On the whole, it was a good episode. Kara, I love her. I love her hope and her optimism and her compassion, and that is her driving force, and that's things that I find really important. So I think they kind of messed up a little bit by having her be completely shut off to the concept of there being this rising hate group. I think it did make sense for her character, and when she acknowledged it, that was quite painful to watch. Thank you for watching.